totally convinced I want this one faster. Which makes me better because that one's closer to the office.
We got up close and personal, and Jerry did one and I did one.
Got it right.
So, but again, for you new guys, to override relays, you can come in here and just push this red button next to that blue light. The electrician will leave. He said he's going to leave schedules on the panel, so you know what relays are controlling what.
Where is he going to leave it? On the back of the panel?
It might be. Yeah, there's like a little pocket on the back of the door here, so he might leave it in there. But you know, essentially, it's going to be this. You know, the one cafeteria right now. If we go out there, they're going to be cussing us out because they just turned
the lights just went off.
Yeah. So, but that's one way to override. Also, if the power were to go out and you needed to, or not the power, but say like lightning were to hit the building and fry. This is the brains right here. If it were to fry this card, you can get in there with just a screwdriver, a car key, and this little toggle over here. You can manually push that over if you had to get in and turn the lights on, or you wanted to turn them out. So you can just use that little thing to slide the relay back and forth. And then this down here, these set of buttons here are called group buttons. Okay, so we have group 1 is right now that's controlling like the cafeteria, the branch hallways for A corridor, B corridor, and then this one down here is for the outdoor lights. So you see it's lit up blue. That's because they're turned on right now. If we were to hit that, it turns off multiple relays. 7, 9, and 10 are outdoor lights. And you see that blue light turned out because now they're turned out. So if you had to get in here and say, I don't know, you know, really dark clouds came over, made it really dark outside, you want to turn on the outdoor lights, just come in here and you would hit that red button to turn on number 8.
Once it's overridden, though, how does it go off automatically then? When
it will turn off, yeah, for the next off schedule, yeah. So it'll, what, next sunrise, it will turn itself off, yes. And then this one up here that's for the, like I said, the cafeteria, and then the branch halls. So if you poked your head out and look out in the cafeteria, they go dark.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that controls almost every other relay in this panel except 7, 9, and 10.
Probably got Paul going crazy. What's the matter with my lights?
My lights are going off.
Yeah, cycling on and off, yeah. It's a good way to piss people off. But if you were to need to get in here, so this, like I said before, these two panels communicate to each other from the panel up by the data closet. This panel here, they communicate through this wire. So if that panel were to be programmed, it's not programmed yet, but if I hit group 8 off, turn it off here, it'll turn off group 8 in that panel as well. So anything I program on that button will turn off in that panel. And if we were to go over there and hit that button, it would turn on this one.
So they're essentially identical boxes hooked together. So
exactly.
No matter where you're at in the building, whichever one you're closest to, you can use. Okay.
Yep, exactly. So I haven't got switches programmed yet, but I will set all those up. And so using your handheld here, I don't know where you guys, it's up to you where you want to leave it. My suggestion would be to leave it in one of the panels. So it's always, you always know it's in this panel, it's in that panel. But by using this, go down to more. Oh, you guys missed the whole thing before. Part. This is the power button. This is up, down, left, and right.
We got it on video.
Select button. You got it. Yeah, you got it on video already. So the home button brings you right back to this screen. Back button takes you back to the previous menu.
What if that gets lost?
You can buy a new one. It doesn't hold specific
$6,000.
That's why they keep it in the panel.
Yeah.
Don't let it leave the panel.
Yeah, I know.
This doesn't actually hold any programming. This is just a way to program with, yeah, it's just a remote. Right. So you get down to more, and then we get down to panel setup, and it'll tell you to point to your desired sensor and press select. These communicate through infrared like your TV remote. So the little sensor here, your panels, I have a sensor right here. So just by standing back here, we can communicate with it. So there's our panel menu. Location's already set up, date and time's already set up. The network is nothing you have to worry about. That's just auto MAC. I just turned off the auto MAC address so that when the power goes out, it won't boot up with a different MAC address and then it doesn't know where it's at. Button binding, you don't have to worry about. Panel programming, this is where the schedules for turning the lights on and off are. So right now I have group 1 set up. Okay, that's going to come on at 5:45 in the morning and turn off at 11 o'clock at night. So into groups here, press select. Okay, group number 1, which is what we're talking to. Go to custom down here. Okay, this is where we actually, never mind, you don't have to worry about that. Sorry, that was...
Wait, let me erase that.
Yeah. No. Actually, in schedules is where, if you want to adjust your time. Okay, so group number 1, normal hours. I'm sorry, event number 1. Normal hours is going to be that's going to be your lights on at normal hours. Okay. Right now it's set for 5:45 to turn on group 1. Go down to active days, and right now it's set for Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday are set to no. If you wanted to, though, if you want the lights to come on a little earlier, maybe 5:30, you just go to here and adjust this down to, 5:30. Make sure you go to send. You always want to send the programming you do in here back to the system, and then we'd point at it, and it would pop back up just to indicate that
it accepted it.
Right. So I'll change that back to 5:45.
So there's no computer interface?
There is.
There is? Okay.
Yeah, I can show
Essentially
you
the
that next.
same thing then, right?
Right. So this is event number 1 is to turn the lights on. Now event number 2, you see we use left or right here to scroll to 2. Push the down button, and then it's going to try to pull up event number 2. So we'll point, press select. Okay, so after hours. After hours is going to be then turn the lights off. I have that all set up in that menu I showed you before, that custom groups and all that. 24-hour clock, so at 2300 hours it's going to turn the lights off, and it is going to give a blink warn 5 minutes before, and if anybody pushes a button it'll override the lights for 2 hours, and then at the end of 2 hours it'll blink to say, hey, I'm going to turn out. If anybody's still here, if somebody still pushes a button, it'll keep it on for an additional 2 hours until nobody pushes that button again. And again, this is set up for group number 1. Active days, set Monday through Friday. Go to done, and any changes we make always want to go down to send. Press select, point towards the panel, press select. So it's been sent. So that's, like I said, I'm going to type up everything, how both panels are programmed, and send it to you guys so that you have it, you can print it out, put it in here, and then you can go in and say, okay, I need to change like the on-off of group number 1. Okay, that's events number 1 and 2, and you go to this and go event number 1. Okay, and you can see that, okay, that's normal hours is at 5:45. I need to change that to 6 o'clock. I need to change that to 5:30. But again, I'll leave you guys my card. We'll put our number on the inside of the panel as well, so if you need any help programming, making adjustments, give us a call. It's pretty easy. As long as you guys know how to use this thing, we can walk it through you over the phone. It's very simple, user friendly.
Okay.
So
On the schedule that you put there, you're going to put number 1, then are you going to put the times that it's, or you just going to put what's located? Where,
yeah, I'll put group number 1.
Group number 1.
Yeah, and then I'll have the schedule in here.
It'll be the cafeteria, it'll be the hallways.
Branch
Then
halls,
it will
cafe.
Give us the schedule. It'll give us all.
Yes, exactly.
That's
Yeah, so you know
we know what it is.
exactly. So the computer interface, you guys have one of these as well. You don't ever want to plug. You can plug into the system using just standard Cat 5. But you don't ever want to plug that Cat 5 directly into your Ethernet card, because it's running 24 volts through it, and it'll make the magic smoke come out, and you can't put the magic smoke back in. So there's this computer interface here, just plugs into USB, and the software is all free off of WattStopper's website. Go on there and type in software, and it'll come up with a driver and the software installed. And by using that, if you want to gather around, sorry about the spool, but when you pull this up, okay, you won't have any of that. You won't have any of this down here. You will just have new building. We go over here to Discover, press select, and it's going to go out to the system, discover what's out there. And it says we have 10 devices out there, and now it's going to start pulling in the devices. This takes 5 minutes maybe. It may take a little longer on the other panel. It just depends on how many devices are attached to that panel. Devices are
How many
like
devices
switches.
do we have?
Well, 10 on this one, so that's 9 switches plus the panel's a device. And then the other one over there probably has about that much. Might have a little more.
And they reside mainly on the electrical panels, right?
The circuits do.
The circuits do.
But all the switches are Cat 5, low voltage switches. If for some reason you were to need to replace a switch, somebody breaks one, one just stops working, there's a 5-year warranty on the panels and the switches. But if something needs to be replaced, it does have to be reprogrammed. You can't just plug a new switch in and it won't work. It doesn't know what its programming is. This is how I do most of my programming with the panels. I just find it a little easier to use, but I've been doing this for a few years. So. Mainly what you guys will need is just that handheld to adjust maybe your schedules. But you know, like I said, if you need help adjusting schedules, give me a call. I'll walk you through it over the phone. Or if you want help installing this on the computer, if you have a laptop or whatever, let me know. We can.
Yeah, big of a deal.
Because you have to plug this.
Where are you
in.
going to leave that interface at?
You guys will. I don't know wherever you want. If you
You'll
want
give
to
it to
leave
somebody, or you're going to leave it in the panel.
Yeah, you could probably just leave it in the panel. It'd probably be the best place, just so you don't lose it. Because you have to install the driver first with the. We call it a dongle.
Right.
You have to have the dongle plugged in when you install the driver.
Do you have to have the dongle plugged in before you install the driver? It's like an automatic install?
No, well, you plug it
Or
in
you
and
have
then
to download
download the driver. Yeah.
Oh, so where are the switches physically located at then?
There's 3 in the cafeteria. There's 1 at the end of each corridor. If there's double doors on the corridors, like these 2 corridors here, there's 1 by switches at the double doors.
This is basically the switch that's on the wall then, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And I'm going to make them an on-only switch so that you can't have students turning lights off. So it'll just pretty much be an override for after hours on the switch. So after it goes out and discovers all this, you'll see all the switches listed in the panel. And then we go over to close. So we come over here to this little drop-down caret, bring here, and then there's all our switches. Now the switches themselves have a serial number. If you remove the cover off the switch, and you'll see the serial numbers here. So that way you say, okay, switch number whatever, switch number 249 isn't responding or working. If you plug into the system, you can bring it up and see how it's programmed. But you can see here, it's the switch actually, it isn't programmed anything yet, but we could assign that switch to turn on the cafeteria and this hallway, or whatever load you want that switch to control. You can set it up to be a toggle switch so you can have it turn on and off loads. I'm going to have it set for all on. That's one thing I do want to talk to you about, the cafeteria, how you want those switches set up. But we'll just set it for all on for now. But and anytime you make any changes in here, again, this isn't sending any programming yet. You have to go up here to physically and press send, and then it'll send this programming back out to the panel, and that's where the programming resides, is on the panel. So, but
You do that? Who does that? Sends it the program to the panel.
I'll be doing that now. Yeah.
Hey, Jerry.
It's a lot.
That's why we're recording it. Because, you know, I already went through the HVAC this morning with this.
Yeah.
You were showing us how we have to adjust the building, the HVAC.
Same system we have a constant on it.
Right.
You know, it's a hamster on a wheel.
Exactly. So that's about it. I mean, if you guys have any questions for me,
Not at the moment.
We'll probably have